So this weekend I've been to the cinema and I watched Ready Player One, which had an Easter egg in it. So now I'm gonna draw the DeLorean and tell you about the movie. Let's go.
So, Ready Player One. The story is about a kid called Wade Watts who lives in Columbus, Ohio in 2045. This is a bleak future that has no more living spaces, green nature, or saturation in general. So for people, in order to get some color and happiness into their lives, they escape into a virtual world called the Oasis. Imagine this as the love child of The Sims, World of Warcraft, Halo, racing games, movies, YouTube, Reddit, it's all of it, seriously, just everything. It's a giant lobby where you can chat with your friends, play all games you want, and basically do and be anything you want. But the creator of this world died and hid an Easter egg in the game, and whoever finds this Easter egg will own the Oasis. And so our adventure starts with our hero Wade having to solve puzzles, recognize the importance of not always being a lone wolf, and finding the Easter egg before the evil corporation does, who wants to turn this world into microtransactions the game. And with that, we have a classic Spielberg adventure movie. Seriously, I caught myself smiling throughout most of it. Yes, also because of the nostalgia, but you can be sure to find dozens of references from your childhood unless you are a Mormon, in which case, why are you watching this video? But these are not just throwaway references. The DeLorean from Back to the Future is Wade's car that he uses all the time, and the Iron Giant appears quite prominently in the movie, which I really hope will make people want to watch the Iron Giant. It's such a gem of a movie. The world created in the Oasis is really phenomenal, and you feel Spielberg laying out all the steps that will lead from one satisfying adventure to the other, from a race where King Kong is the end boss to reliving parts of a very beloved movie. In general, as a visual person, I really loved every second we spent in the Oasis, and that is also where my problems are with the movie. It's the IRL world. It's just bland and boring. I get they did it for the contrast, but every time we were not in the Oasis, I was wishing we would go back to color fantasy funland. As characters go, I found Wade to be a bit dull and not really fleshed out. His love interest, Artemis on the other hand, stole the show every time she was on the screen. She was cheeky, confident, driven, just really fun to watch. The evil corporate bad guy is also worth mentioning as he does a great job at being despicable and apparently having a great fun at his job. So all in all, it's a good adventure movie that I would definitely recommend. There are many silly points in it, especially the IRL ending, but I think you are going to have a great time with this movie and maybe come away with a warm and fuzzy feeling on the inside. As for the sketch, the most important part I wanted to touch here is using reference. The importance of reference cannot be understated. I have it so many times that I struggle with drawing a certain product or human pose and waste sometimes a whole hour on it. This could be easily mitigated by just looking up some reference or just take a pose of yourself and use that. And this is where beginners can easily fall into the trap of trying to create the image as they see it. They forget what the goal is and try to do a perfect drawing of the subject. And this has its place, especially when you are a novice. Copying what you see is a great method of learning. You acquire muscle memory and you grow your visual library at the same time. But as we grow as artists or designers, we do not want to copy a product. We want to create our own and we want to tell our story through our sketches. This is when doing studies and using reference turns into information gathering rather than copying. For this sketch, I did several warm-up sketches where I did copy the car and the angle and perspective. I did that to understand the shape a bit more and to get my hand used to drawing these shapes. But I quickly transitioned into trying to sketch my own vehicle in my own perspective, only taking information from the reference images. And this is what I do in this video as well. I have tons of tabs open with images of the real life and the movie version of the DeLorean. But I'm not copying any of these images, I'm just taking bits of information from each and applying them to this one. It can actually be a fun design challenge trying to come up with parts of the drawing that we don't have clear. So this is what I wanted to share with you regarding using reference. I hope you found this video entertaining and maybe useful. Tell me what you think of the short movie review in the beginning. I really like movies and I wouldn't mind doing combined videos like this in the future. Anyways, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and see you folks next week. Bye bye!